Hello everyone and welcome to Pens, Paint and Whiskers. And today, part 3, we're going to paint this little medieval Gryphon. Or Gryphon. Or Gryphon. Whatever you want to call him. And we're going to do him in Arrtx. Back in other videos, so a few videos ago, I got these Arrtx Acrylic Markers, the 90 pen set. And I've been making these little sort of demonstrations of their uses. And I did an initial swatch test on them. And loved them dearly for what they could achieve, and ever since I've been just going along, and maybe 3 videos in now, I think I'm doing this last little guy. I'm doing a Gryphon. My usual style would be, as you can probably see here, maybe you can see a bit above, it would be medieval. So I carried on with that little style because I like it. It would be some of the critters and creatures and wonderful beasts in medieval art would be some of my favourites, and some of the motifs I think are very sweet and very humoursome and highly strange, but that's why I like them. So what I'm doing is with these, the Arrtx, so they have got, if you haven't been watching me all along with these, they have got quite a fine nib. It's not a chisel nib, it's quite a fine brush nib, so it allows you to get in and get details, and equally it turning it to the side, you can get a good sweep of colour. I got these a few weeks ago, and I've just been testing them. I did a swatch, as I mentioned, and now I'm doing them kind of randomly, kind of just seeing what they can do, pushing them to their limits, and so far so good. Really happy with them. If you want to see my other parts, so I did the dragon and the unicorn in separate videos. They are on my channel, Arrtx haul swatch, I think, and trying them out. If you want to see them, go and check them out. And if you like what you see, why not subscribe and give it a like. But I will as well mention I'm not sponsored by Arrtx. They don't sponsor me as of now. And yeah, they don't sponsor me, so I bought and paid for these out of my own art budget. I do have an art budget. I use it maybe twice a year, and so this year I treated myself to some of these Arrtx. I've been seeing lovely results with them online, so yeah, why not? I am drinking coffee too, so you might hear me gulp sometimes, forgive me. But yeah, so these are, I bought them and they were delivered, and I opened them on camera. I let them sit for a day or two maybe. Then once I got a chance to film, the excitement overtook me and I did a swatch. And now I'm just testing them out. Lovely pens. I've been kind of putting them through a bit of a test, in that what they can do is, does it suit what I do? And yes, it does. I find they're more good for illustrative, kind of graphic backgrounds. That's why I chose them to do these little guys first, just to see what they are like. Yeah, and very good for sort of blocks of colour, and the blending does work, but I prefer them for kind of the, as you can see with the unicorn and the dragon, the backgrounds, really good backgrounds. And they do blend fairly well. They just wouldn't be my choice for blending, but yeah, very, very kind of illustrative, I'll say. And that one was $4.70. So I've blocked in his shape, and so I know where I'm going. So I always do the backgrounds first. That might not be everyone's way of doing it, but that's the way I do it, because I find the treat is doing the subject of your artwork. So if you have the background, if you have the main subject, such as this little Gryphon here, if you're like me and you procrastinate, or you get a bit lazy halfway through, or lose focus as I do, then you won't necessarily want to do the background. So I've taught myself over the years to do the backgrounds first, and then the goal, the end goal being the main subject, and it works. But if that's not your method, and if that's not the way you do it, that's okay too. So with the background, once he's outlined, I fill him in. So what I'm doing here is, you might notice, I'm not doing sort of marker strokes that typical marker or colouring strokes going left, right. I'm trying as best I can to actually go in little circles. Over the years I've realised this gives a far more even coverage. Far better for yeah, even shadows, even tones, even colours. And because these pens have really good ink flow to them, it allows me to do that. Some pens and some paints, some markers too, over a while they start to, the ink flow isn't as good, and they become a little bit, I don't know, grainy maybe, or scratchy. But these don't. These have really even good flow. And if anybody wants to experiment in a more graphic, illustrative style, I would recommend these. A little bit pricier, but yeah, I would still recommend saving up and budgeting and getting them, adding them to your collection. These so far have been really, really good, really good quality, delivering results. They do, as you can probably see up here, they do dry out a little bit, sometimes patchy, but for a worn, maybe aged look of this guy and his background, that's okay, I don't mind. Now, I've already thought about what colours I would like. I always do that. And he's going to get a nice gold colouring, so 140 C13 and 50A, I think. It's not, yeah, 50A. We'll let the camera away now. Didn't want to focus this morning. So his main body, I always think with my subjects, I want them to stand out on their backgrounds. Mainly because, yeah, I love my colours in my pieces. And I just like them to stand out. So I'm going to block in his entire body. And if you had been following along, or if you had been watching, I will give you a warning that don't put a lot of detail in with pencils, because it will all go. You'll just lose it all under a layer of these acrylic paint pens. And don't freak out if you see all these lovely pencil strokes you've made disappearing. Sometimes you can go over them again, but as you can see, I didn't block him. I made his shape, and I didn't do too much on his body, because lessons of old, I've known that all of this will go under the acrylic. Happens under gouache as well. the trick is not to panic. Just sort of block them in very loosely. And as you can probably see with the unicorn up above and the dragon, once I did the main, their main bodies in these Arrtx markers, it was really easy to go over them with pens, with Unipin fine liners, as I did. His wingtips, they're gonna just do there. Yeah, very narrow little wing tips, and I'm not sure the nib is as narrow as his wing tips. Where's his tail? There it is. So yeah, it can be a little bit tricky, kind of finding what's this Gryphon here, and what's his floral border. But we'll make it up as we go along, or hopefully it all works out. He looks good already, if I do say so myself. So what I'm doing here is blocking them in, and yeah, I do go over the lines, but don't get too precious about anything you work with in acrylic as well, because as you can see, I do go over the lines. But that's okay. For the purpose of filming, I'm just going to go ahead with it. But normally, if I did go over the lines, I would tidy it up. But I'm not going to do that in this video. So there's his main body. And as you can see, with the unicorn above and with the dragon, so I'm going to go in with the unicorn above. I went over her and him above in Unipin fine liners when I was finished, and when I was satisfied with how they both looked, I went over them with with both a white pentel gel pen, and then my black fine liner, and I picked out, I lined them and picked out all their little details. So you definitely can do this with Arrtx acrylic markers. You can line them, you can go over them. I haven't tried adding gouache paint yet, but in another video or in another kind of little experiment, I probably will. As I've mentioned in other videos, these in their more finished form, so I won't line them in on video or film. I never do, just because I need kind of to be closer to it, and I need a fairly steady hand, because once you line something, it's very hard to go back over it if it doesn't work out. So I never line them on video or on film, but these will go up on my Instagram, so I will probably put my Instagram page down in the description somewhere. So yeah, the finished one will go up on that as per usual. But he's taken shape anyway already, so as you can probably see from me doing it, it doesn't take a long time before you get good results with these. That's what I like about a lot of these kind of acrylic paint markers and paint pens, is the results, you can see them happening before your eyes, and they are really quick. It would take ages. Now, I'm not knocking coloured pencils or any of those slower forms of art, we'll say, because I do love my coloured pencils too. But it would take a lot longer to achieve same results, because you have to build up light and shadow and light and shadow. With these, yeah, it takes a little bit of building up, but definitely it all happens really quick. Within a few minutes, I've got the more or less the basis of this guy done. More or less, I will need to touch him up off camera, as I do. But yeah, so his wings, there we go. His little wings are sort of a little bit tougher to do now, because I'll be honest, I'm not quite good at wings, or I do find them a little bit difficult. But yeah, we'll give him a little bit of feathering here, and a little bit of definition. There's his shoulder, and his cheek. So he's a very sleepy looking little guy, and his claws, and his paws. So I will go over him in, I have a Faber-Castell pit pen as well in white. I'll go over him too. But for the background, so as you can see, I've separated them with swords. So going on from that, this and this kind of beige G15 and 151. I'll do the little floral border on them. It's kind of ending up not a floral border anymore. And I'm hoping I don't smudge the little fella underneath, but we'll see. If we do, we do. That's another thing about these, is they dry really quick. I'm very impressed with how they dry. Yeah, he's slightly wet, but we'll keep going. Yeah, they have really quick drying times. I don't know how they achieve that, but it's very good, because the last thing you want to do, especially with what I'm doing, is smudge all your lovely work that you've spent ages building up, and then your hand comes along and smudges it. But no, doesn't seem to be. The worst culprit for smudging, I always think, is the metallic gel pens, which I have used on the guys above. But yeah, they really do smudge an awful lot. So you just have to give them a good bit of drying time. Now I was actually thinking, and I might do this in another video, can I blend these with a paintbrush? And I'm sorry I didn't bring a paintbrush for this little guy here, but yeah, can I blend with a paintbrush? Because they are acrylic, and they are a wet medium, as you'd call it. So can I do that, I wonder? I might actually try off screen, and not necessarily, or off camera, not necessarily with this guy here, lest I ruin him. But yeah, that's just struck me, because I'd be used to a certain amount of painting. I don't get time to do it as much as I'd like. But yeah, that thought has just struck me. Can I blend with a paintbrush? So his border is sort of, the shapes of it are there. So he is inked in, and I have a little guide on where to put more shapes and shadows. I find with these pens, they do have a flat nib, but for very narrow bits, I wouldn't necessarily be that great with them, or that brave with them. That one there is blending. I think I have made a mistake. Have I? No mistakes in art. You're not allowed to say mistakes. Pens, don't do it. Don't say mistakes. But I think I have indeed made one. But yeah, I think that was my 151 was my shade. And I think I just made the entire thing shade, but that's okay. We'll live with it. I'll touch him up off camera, and nobody will know the difference. And then what I do then lastly, I'll go over him with a kneaded eraser, and I'll just take care that there's not any sort of, there's a little bit of pencil floral designs still left, so I'll take those off with my kneaded eraser. And these Arrtx, they do last with a kneaded eraser. It won't lift any of them, so don't worry. I'll just put some highlights in here. And some more highlights. This actually does work. So mistakes be damned. There's no such thing as mistakes in art. You can just turn it around to your advantage. So he's got nice kind of highlights on his floral designs now. I wonder what this looks like on him. Oh yeah, little tiny speckles. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily want to blend with my finger because I think they're a little bit more gluey. Not maybe gluey, but not maybe the best medium with your fingers. So he's mainly blocked in. I might try it on camera. What I do is Faber-Castell Pitt Artist's pen in white. Always clean the nib of this if you do use one, or any nib really, but always clean it or make sure it's clean. I cleaned it when I last used it, so it looks okay, but you don't want black or rose pink or some other shade going on them that you didn't entirely intend to use. So I'm just going over his highlights. I'm not sure where his highlights are, but basically the light source comes from up there, so anything that's going to catch that light source, wherever that may be. So I'll admit I did plan my unicorn and dragon a little bit more, mainly because I didn't think there'd be room for this little Gryphon here, but then there was, so I went with him and I said, why not? We've got a team of a dragon and a unicorn, so why not be nice and give little Gryphons more representation in life. So his knee here has quite a bit of highlights. I do a little bit of smudging with my finger, sometimes not, and sometimes it's mainly even due to even how the paper feels under my fingers. I should say equally, this is an Ohuhu A4 sketch pad, marker pad, sketch pad, yeah, marker pad in I think it's 200 GSM. It's very thick paper, and as you can see, now you're getting a reveal of a next project, but yeah, they don't show through on the next page, which looky, there's nothing worse than being able to see a little a marker, see an imprint, or even ghosting onto a potential other work underneath. And I actually forgot there now to protect said work underneath, but that's okay too. I don't sound very prepared for this, do I? But I am prepared, slightly. Yeah, so yeah, he's mainly blocked in, and he's mainly done, completed. So there he is. Now what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to go over him in, see, these guys are done in ink, Unipin fine liner black, and then in white or gold or silver or gold, and I'm going to do some highlighting on him in gold too, and give him little background designs. So that was the dragon, the first one, and he went really well. The unicorn, she went really good too, and then their little Gryphon brother. So thank you for listening and watching, and if you like what you see, why not subscribe? There'll be videos hopefully on a weekly basis, and you'll hopefully see this guy soon on Instagram. Bye!